for staying. We'll be getting right back online here. I just got to get Skype to boot up. Hopefully it'll come back up in a second here, and we can get everybody back in. There is the Skype noise. Let's get everybody back in the call. Not going to let a blue screen stop us from having a show. Everybody's back. All right.
Woo!
Not going to let a single blue screen of death stop us from having a show, guys.
Like, everything started to go crazy. I'm like, did my internet die again? And I looked over like, no.
No, it's Fiona Fox's piece of shit computer.
Dun,
If anybody would like to donate to me a new CPU, it does seem that it may be my CPU that is the problem.
Oh, I thought it was your graphics card.
It could potentially be both. But, you know, if somebody wants
Sorry,
to...
all I have is a Gen 4 i5, and you don't want that.
When was the last time you cleaned out your computer, though? Like, my wife fixed my computer, like, cleaned out all the connectors and everything, and it fixed
it was
the
like
problems.
last week. I'm not sure what's going on right now with your guys' side of the screen.
Oh, yeah, what the hell is that?
Skype having
playing,
a freak out.
Someone's playing Snake over there on the right.
Snake! All right, that should fix it. Although Skype is still not very happy right now. Let's try that.
Skype is angry. Oh, there we go. That's better.
It's not capturing your screen region. So you guys keep talking. I'm gonna fix the Skype really quick.
All right. So where were we at?
We were talking about games of the show.
Games. Okay.
What was your favorite game of the show, Ray?
What was your favorite game of the show, Ray?
So my favorite game of the show was actually an indie game I played after you left.
Oh, gross.
Called Transfer _
You can't actually be serious.
No, I'm dead serious. It's a command line. So they took, like, the developer of this game took an old school, like, DOS command line, but they used filters in Unity 5 to make it very stylized. And it's a game about memory and identity and how memory...
You fucking played $1 million AAA budget games, and you like some indie game that...
My favorite game was an indie game, yes.
That's
my favorite...
I have nothing to say about that.
My favorite non-indie game that I was excited to see played was Dead Rising 4.
I can't even... I mean, Twitch chat, back me up. Like, how could she possibly have liked an indie game the best thing out of E3?
Because it's trying to do something unique and interesting rather than just kill a bunch of dudes.
I didn't come to E3 for unique and interesting. I came to E3 for beautiful graphics. Like...
Like, I could have killed a bunch of dudes on my mobile phone while working in line.
Like, ugh.
That's what those tapping games are for. You just kill things.
I mean, like, I know that it's harsh to say these things, but, like...
That was my favorite
like,
game. That was, because of the themes, that was my favorite game.
She probably likes Dwarf Fortress. I mean, honestly...
I don't even know what that is.
If we're talking about AAA games, Dead Rising 4 looks a bit rough, but I got a 6-minute interview on YouTube with one of the online co-op designers, and so they walked me through what some of the features are going to be and how the new weapon crafting works and stuff, and it looks promising, and I am hoping to see a conclusion of some of the plot threads from 2 and 3 and 4, so I'm excited for that.
I didn't even know Dead Rising had plot.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, Dead Rising has a plot?
I've played all of them, including the downloadable expansions.
Shout out to the YouTube channel. Follow us on youtube.com/brokenjoysticks.
And Tekken 7, which I was not allowed to film any of, but my preview of that went up today, and that was playable on Xbox.
Zen, man. That's awesome.
It's like going to the strip club for the businessman.
And Gravity Rush 2.
Zen.
Which looks to continue the very colorful and catchy music and combat of the first one, only in a larger environment. So, Transfer, Tekken 7, Dead Rising 4, Gravity Rush 2 were probably my favorite games of E3 2016.
Can Tekken and like...
07, welcome to the stream. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can those like Mortal Kombat and Tekken games just go away? Can we get something new, please?
Well, they're saying that the Tekken...
Kohei Enbu? I'm posting a review of that. It's going to be on tomorrow.
They're saying that Tekken 7, so I doubt you follow the story of Tekken.
Hell no! Tekken plot. Beat up other guy.
Tekken has a story?
Tekken does have a story.
Tekken has a really... It's like not Mortal Kombat, but a Street LawBreakers. Street Fighter has a stupidly complicated
So
story.
the central story of Street Fighter, like not getting into any of the character-specific ones, is about the Mishima Zaibatsu, which is the company that kind of changes hands between Jin and his father and his grandfather. That storyline, it's been going on for now 7 games, is coming to an end in this game. So I'm really interested to check that out. And also Akuma's in it, so...
So, Zen's got a great question. Xbox and Windows 10.
So is it just going to be like a shared like game library kind of thing, like Steam, or what? So can I play like my Steam games on my fucking Xbox now?
No, but if you buy a game on Xbox or on Windows 10 through the Xbox or through the Windows Store, but Microsoft has now said that they're going to do this policy on Steam as well. Yeah,
see, that's enticing.
See, I didn't hear about the Steam part. When did
that's
that come out?
enticing.
That they're looking at how to tie the Xbox stuff, because behind the scenes, the Xbox Store and the Microsoft and the Windows Store, they're the same technology. Whereas Steam is a separate ecosystem, so they're trying to see how they're going to tie it all together without using billions of redeem codes. Once they figure that out, when you buy a Microsoft published game, you get it on both Xbox One and PC. And so they're doing that with Tekken. They're doing that with Halo Wars. The first game was Quantum Break, and I'm missing one.
But I mean, they're doing it in the worst way possible. They're doing it by saying, well, okay, here's what you have. You have to deal with the fact that that you have when you have to get the game through the Windows Store, and like nobody likes the Windows Store.
But they're working on fixing it.
Windows stores are much less creepy than Apple stores.
Yeah, I don't think we're to that point yet, but hopefully we'll get there eventually.
So Tekken 7 is in North America is an Xbox exclusive, but in Japan we'll get a PS4 version.
So what else did we see for games? So we snuck into a few games. We snuck into a lot of things. I don't know if I can say all of them on stream.
No.
We had fun.
Sniper Elite. You played Sniper
Elite.
Elite.
Actually listen to the stream. So we managed to... There's a lot of areas that you just kind of walk around in them. E3 is a big convention for walking. So we kind of just walked into areas, and you know, if there was a booth there, we might talk up to them and say, hey, we're media. So the biggest things games-wise that we saw, I think, was we saw LawBreakers, which if you don't know about, you've been living under a rock.
We saw and played hours of LawBreakers.
I played like an hour of LawBreakers.
I played 4 hours of LawBreakers yesterday.
Yeah, I played it for like 2 hours.
And there was a whole other mode that is not pleasant not present in the beta, not pleasant either in the beta.
Comes out in July.
And it's going to come eventually in the alpha. Now, the thing that bothers me about LawBreakers is they have no plans for the alpha beyond the one that we had this weekend. That's a little sad to me.
Really?
Sad. Yeah.
They have no plans for a public alpha. The Friends and Family alpha is ongoing.
That's not true. The servers close tonight, and then they're closed until they open them again.
Really?
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, they've been closing at midnight.
Oh,
there's slow-mo testicle shooting. There's always
Of
slow-mo testicle shooting.
course there's slow-mo testicle shooting. Would it be a Sniper Elite game without it?
Yeah, it's not a Sniper Elite game unless you can shoot Nazis in the nuts.
So I'm a little proud of myself. I was only the 4th person to complete the Sniper Elite demo, according to the developer we spoke to.
How hard was it? I mean, what was the whole...
It wasn't. The guy next to me died like 19 times. And he just kept dying.
People just don't know how to be sneaky.
Well, the thing is, like, that the Sniper Elite is a combination of sneaking and also just straight shooting.
Pulling out a machine gun, or pulling out a submachine gun.
And that's the thing, is that there's times you need to do that, or throw a grenade, like...
I thought that was odd that you just, like, straight up, like, went full Rambo during parts of your playthrough.
That's how you have to win the game.
Yeah, Sniper Elite is not purely sniping, unfortunately.
It wouldn't be a very interesting game if it was.
No game can be a pure sniping game because it would be super boring.
So we saw...
Because no one wants to...
Yeah.
No one wants to sit in one spot for 3 days.
That's exactly right. So we saw Sniper Elite. I had fun playing Sniper Elite. I enjoyed it. We saw LawBreakers. I also enjoyed LawBreakers. They announced a brand new mode, which is always cool.
I played Final Fantasy 15.
Ray played Final Fantasy 15.
Is that an actual standalone Final Fantasy, or is that part of Final Fantasy Online?
It's standalone. It's
standalone.
It's Xbox, PS4.
Okay.
I got the chance to play Warhammer Inquisitor Martyr, which is an ARPG in the Warhammer 40k universe.
How is that coming along? I haven't heard anything about that in a while. How's that look?
Pretty rough. The developer surprised me a little bit because they were like, yeah, come to our booth. And their booth was like way in the back of South Hall. And their booth was literally like an indie dev booth. It was weird. I think it's because they don't have a publisher yet.
That's probably it, yeah. When you're a dev and you don't have a publisher, it's a lot less money you got going on.
You know what was really weird? The Alienware's booth was like in the back of South Hall, like buried in the back.
You didn't even find it. We had an appointment with them. We didn't even make it.
Yeah, I didn't find it in time. No.
We got lost. I couldn't find them.
Yeah, I got lost. I was looking around where the other manufacturers
That
were.
happened not infrequently, to be honest. I got lost at least twice. So we saw that. We met with a lot of sort of people that were important, that are important to the games industry. The best story of E3. You want to tell the story?
Which story? Which best story? I mean,
I'm talking about meeting people and the best story of E3.
Oh my god. For me, the Elite Dangerous demo and talking to the lead designer or the lead, like the person behind the Elite franchise, and like doing an interview and so they had a VR setup for Elite that I could never afford it in my life. It was conservatively worth at least $5,000.
Okay, but
and
I mean, I was talking about when we met the head of Gearbox Studios.
Oh, there was that too.
Because that's a good story.
And how I'm socially oblivious and didn't realize that's who it was until we were already talking.
Wait. So who was this? I was typing.
So we had a meeting to go to with someone who actually didn't make it to the meeting. I won't mention his name on stream for professionalism reasons, but so we had a meeting and we're in the bar of the main hotel, and everybody's in the bar of the main hotel. It's crowded. It's really busy. The fandom was self-evident in your vlog.
It was the bar. Like,
it was the big bar. Everybody was
the
there.
Figaro used to be
really
the
busy.
bar. Yeah, that was the bar.
All the vendors were there. Everybody was there. So we're hanging out, and we got a couple of very expensive drinks, like $15 drinks. And we were just chilling. Rob's like, "Be still, my beating heart."
My heart, my budget.
We spent a lot of money on alcohol. I spent a lot of money on alcohol. Ray didn't spend any money.
See, I would have just gotten totally hammered at the Sony thing where it was free and been drunk the whole weekend.
That was a good strategy. So we go, and there's one chair at this table. We finally found a table to sit at. There's one chair. Ray sits down, and she goes, "Oh, hi, I'm Ray Michelle Richards, BrokenJoysticks.net, owner operator BrokenJoysticks.net. How are you?" And we start talking to the guy who's there.
Just chatting up some random dude. No big deal.
Well, Ray's like, "So, who are you guys and what do you do?" Ray, you gotta weigh in on the story. It's about you.
Okay, so yeah, we're talking. Like Fiona and I are talking. These two people are talking across from us, and I kind of inject myself into the conversation. She's like, "Oh, I'm from this site. Here's my card. Who are you?" And they're like, "Oh, we work with Gearbox." And the person to the left, I think some business dealings with Gearbox or something.
He's PR and marketing.
PR and marketing, and the person to the right was Randy Pitchford, the founder of Gearbox.
And he's like,
to be perfectly honest, I don't know any of that.
Ray says, "And who are you? And what do you do?" And he goes, "I'm the studio head."
And then it takes me a second, and I go, "Oh my God, you're Randy Pitchford." Now, what I didn't say at the time was that Randy Pitchford and I have gotten into public Twitter arguments, and he at one point blocked my account.
It was just great. She goes, "Oh my God, you're Randy Pitchford. I'm so sorry I didn't recognize you." I mean, he was wearing a weird shirt. It was like a Hawaiian
shirt, yeah.
And like, he doesn't look like he does in the pictures. Holy shit, Pals, it's Randy Pitchford. And like,
he was blending in with the crowd. It was working perfectly. Ray was no idea. He was fucking flying under cover.
Well,
you guys broke his cover. You didn't even realize, you assholes.
To be honest, he looks a lot older in the photos. He looks a lot older now than he does in a lot of his PR photos.
Well, yeah, because PR photos get taken once 10 years ago, and they don't ever update them.
And
you get your one picture on the site.
We're just sitting there talking to Randy Pitchford, and like Ray's like, "Can I get a selfie with you?" So Ray takes a selfie with him, and like we're just talking to him, and then he kind of goes, "Not to be rude, but I was having a conversation." He like points at the guy next to him, and we're just like, "Okay, bye." And that's how we met Randy Pitchford.
And that's how Randy Pitchford now has you guys totally on a watch list.
I'll be right back.
I mean, it was probably the funniest moment of E3 for me. I was having
actually really funny, but I mean, that's one of those like, oh god, did we just step into a minefield?
I was having a pretty down day, so I was really, really pleased to see something funny happen. We missed a couple appointments that day and had a rough day, so I was very pleased to see it.
Oh, okay, Fiona, we've heard Ray's
Duke Nukem. No, I did not mention Duke Nukem.
There was a Duke. Don't even fucking tell me there was a Duke.
I'm back.
And Ray didn't mention Aliens Colonial Marines, even though she wanted
No,
to mention
see,
it.
what I should have done was thrown my drink in his face, but I didn't want to get kicked out and didn't want articles written about me about how I was the girl who like kicked Randy Pitchford. Like,
Also, that was
Usually-
it was like a $16 drink.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's an expensive drink. I wouldn't have
Well-
thrown a $2 beer at somebody. That's a waste of perfectly good alcohol.
didn't want to get kicked out of E3.
So that was my favorite E3 story.
That was-
We saw a few more games. To be honest, by the end of Wednesday, we were pretty burned. Ray got to see Nintendo. She went specifically and played Zelda.
Oh my God, the new Zelda.
Oh yeah, Ray was talking. Ray was like, "I need to play fucking the new Zelda. It'll be the same."
Yeah, she played for like an hour.
Yeah, and I ended up failing so hard that the PR rep who demoed it with me, it's like, I've never seen this before because the game has crafting now.
How
So
you couldn't craft shit.
I tried to craft food, and you have to pick your items, like what you throw in the thing. So like, there's mushrooms you can pick up, but you can also pick up things like arrowheads from broken arrows or pieces of enemies' weapons and things like that. So the first time, I just threw everything into the pot, and it came out as
Throw everything in the pot.
a failed experiment. And it's like this pixelated mess, and the person was like, "Well, I've never seen that before."
That's how you craft, right? You just throw everything in there and stir it around for a while and
See what happens.
So while Ray was doing that, I was at the excellent 2K booth, which the booth was excellent, but there was no demo there. It was only video demos.
Yes, was that the one that was just like that had the background and
It was
the one?
2K and Mafia. 2K was Mafia and Civ 6. Civ 6, by the way, looks absolutely terrible. I don't know who decided on the aesthetics for Civ 6, but I think they should probably not be allowed to work in video games anymore.
It's like cartoony.
Cartoon, like even more than it is already.
It's like
Ooh.
straight cartoony.
Like Looney Tunes stuff. Like, let's see if I can.
Like cell shaded, like almost, isn't it?
Ooh, Civ 6.
So there's a lot of new features in Civ 6, and I may still write about it because there's this whole new system of being able to put in. You know how you have zones of control around your base, around your cities. So you can now put things into those zones. You can make those zones like different things. Like you can make them into like say a you can have like a religious area in those zones or a quarry to mine stone.
But you could do that before.
You could
Basically.
improve them before, but now you
Improve the
can
time.
You can create them now.
Oh.
It sounds like.
add these things which are called districts. And it's a new gameplay mechanic in the game. And it looks interesting. I might look at it. Did the bedbug bites heal? No, they didn't. They're still everywhere. Fucking literally.
Yeah, they're all over my arms.
Look at my arm. Like, you can't even see it that well. But
Oh God.
my hand is covered in them. Ray's arm is covered in them. I've got them.
Never again.
Fucking don't stay at the Stillwell Hotel, guys. Stillwell Hotel, never again. Worst ever. Yeah, your arm is fucked the fuck up, Ray. Holy
Oh, my arm, my back, both arms, they're messed.
fuck the fuck up. Tough Frog, thanks for the follow. Thanks for tuning in. I know who you are. I know where you live. Not really. I don't actually know where you live. So
You
Civ-
saw Infinite Warfare?
Civ 6 was a bit of a disappointment. Infinite Warfare, we got to see an exclusive mission walkthrough that was not shown to the public.
That's
I
going
don't
up
know how
next.
much we can say about that.
We can say that it's an extension of the. Well, we didn't sign an NDA, so everything we saw we could potentially talk about, right? But so it was in a part of it was an extension to the demo that they showed at the PlayStation conference, both the end of that demo and the beginning. So we saw all the parts that came before it, from the start of the demo and to near the end of that. So it was a full 30-minute walkthrough from start to finish.
So like a full-on level, basically.
But
We
it
saw
wasn't
like a
playable.
full-on mission, and it was not a live demo. It was pre-canned demo, and I saw the
Okay.
same thing at both of 2K's booths at both of their games. Mafia 3, which is by the way looking amazing. I'm gonna probably buy that game. Mafia 3 is looking really good. Open world Mafia game. I mean, open world game where you have to take back this representation of the city of New Orleans from another mob boss. I wrote about it. If you want to read it, it's on the site. LadyKit07, thank you for the follow. Much appreciate.
The thing about the COD thing is that I accidentally walked into another demo room that was supposed to be closed that was open, and the game was totally playable. Like, there were other people just sitting there playing it in front of me, and I'm like, oh, well.
It does release in like 2 months, so
So it's at very least it's already completed and at ESRB.
I mean, it's not. It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
actually. It's not releasing in 2 months. I'm sorry. It's releasing in January.
November,
Or
5
November?
months.
Okay. So,
But still, it's probably either really close
It's
to
probably
done.
alpha. It's probably complete front to back, but you could probably finish it.
and
they're probably
a lot of those devs Sleeping Dogs too. Mafia 3 looks exactly like Sleeping Dogs does. I mean, if you were a fan of Sleeping Dogs 2, check out Mafia 3, 100%.
Yeah, I saw some gameplay of the new Mafia. It looks pretty good.
I think it's going to be one of those games. It's all open world. There's 12 like districts that you have to take over. It looks like it's going to be fun. I get from the like takeover mechanic, I get a very sort of like Saints Row-y vibe, where you have to do missions.
Yeah, well, when you I saw some videos on it. Like you take over an area, and then when you take over an area, you basically sit down and have a meeting with your 3 sub bosses, and they each pitch what idea, like the vision they have for that part of the city. And if you ignore somebody long enough, they will turn against you.
Yep.
And you'll lose like their entire branching path for like their perks and stuff.
Definitely looks pretty cool.
So you can potentially alienate and then have to go murder one of your sub bosses because they tried to murder you.
Yep.
Like it's an interesting mechanic, and it's like, wow, you could unintentionally fuck yourself over that thing you really enjoyed. Like that person doesn't bring me guns anymore because I had to go shoot her in the head.
Yeah, and that's what they showed at the end of the pre-canned video, which looked really interesting. I'll probably buy that game and play it.
And I like that they picked a really cool time period. You know, the '60s. You know, a lot of stuff going on. So I mean, it's an interesting idea. I like what they're showing so far, and hopefully we'll see more of it in the near future, so we can get a better kind of idea of what it's really going to look like in the end.
I did miss Dawn of War 3. I could not find the Sega booth. Sega didn't have a booth.
Yeah, No, Sega had a booth. Well, Sega people were at the Atlas booth. Oh my god, the Atlas booth was shoulder to shoulder. I could not get any decent footage. I tried 3 times.
So, unfortunately, I missed the Dawn of War 3. It was also a video demo.
The only thing you missed was drop pods and Terminators doing like front flips.
Yeah, Terminator shouldn't be able to move like that. So that's
no.
a little
Gabriel Angelis. Maybe it was Gabriel. I think it was Gabriel Angelis. Might be somebody else. Yeah, doing like front flips and shit. And the really cool thing that I'm looking forward to in Dawn of War is for sure you can call in fucking knights, which are basically small titans.
Yeah,
so,
I mistook them for titans, and you were quick to correct me.
No, those are Imperial Knights. They are much smaller. They're about the smallest. The Knights are about half the size of like a Warhound, which is the smallest titan.
Well, I'm excited for Dawn of War 2, if only because Dawn of War 3 rather, if only because
it's going back to the basis of Dawn of War, like base building and stuff like that.
Well, the first Dawn of War game was one of my favorite games, one of my favorite RTSs of all time.
Heck yeah.
And Relic continued to expand upon that game for many years.
There's Soulstorm, Winter Assault.
We don't talk about Soulstorm.
The only thing that came out of that was Sisters of Battle.
I've only ever played the Dawn of War first one with all the add-ons attached to it.
I liked the first one. It was fun. We did play Titanfall 2's Energy. It felt exactly like Titanfall 1. Sorry.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it's just not. It just means that it's another game that I'll pass on because if it doesn't have any new gameplay mechanics, I have no interest in playing it.
Well, they do have new gameplay mechanics. Each hero now or each class now has a extra ability. So in the demo, it was a grappling hook.
Yeah, there's an extra ability there. I'm sorry, it played exactly the same.
It played very similar, yeah.
I don't want to play a game that...
I didn't play the original Titanfall just because I know it didn't have a real... Like, I'm usually a really more of a single-player kind of guy. I'm really in for the story. Mm-hmm. And if Titanfall 2 has a okay-ish story, I might get it just to play the single-player realistically. Just because I enjoy solid stories. That's why, like, Xenogears is one of my favorite games of all time, just because it's an amazing story.
I mean, we do know there's going to be a story.
That is what really intrigues me, is that there's like straight up, hey, we're actually going to put like some story and not just yell some like dialogue at you as you jump out the dropship, and hope you pick up something of the story as we go.
Yeah, I mean... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry we cut you off there, Ray.
Oh, I was just saying, so it felt a lot like Titanfall 1, but like done better. So things like it warning you about the location of enemy titans instead of just a titan is attacking you. It will tell you where in your physical space they're attacking you. It will give you more advance notice when you're taking critical damage. Like, it just felt more refined. Also, the fact that you can... what did I do in the demo that was so cool? Oh, you can use the grappling hook not only to like grapple yourself to new vantage points, which adds a level to the verticality, but you can also grapple other soldiers and pull them forward.
Well, yeah, you're gonna pull them forward and basic them for insta kills. People are gonna be really cheesy with that shit.
Yep. I'm not excited to see that at all, but you know that's how it goes. That's the way the world works. So I mean,
the starship taking off.
I think that's everything that we saw games-wise. I mean, I'm not missing anything, am I?
Any major indie games that piqued anyone's interest besides Raise?
The Kona people were there, and surprisingly, their booth was just a banner and a laptop, and no one was there. I was like, that's surprising, given how prominent that game is, at least in terms of like we get press releases and stuff from them all the time, and we're not the only ones covering that game. So I was surprised that they were just like in a corner.
What game was this?
Kona Day 1.
Kona. Well, Kona Day 1 was the first. Was the first episode.
Oh.
So Kona
okay.
is the full game.
Ah.
So I mean, I avoided really the Xbox and PlayStation booths. Largely,
That's funny, Zed.
largely because I just didn't. We didn't. We weren't invited to play demos there, and we didn't really have time to wait in line.
I did do some of the PlayStation stuff, so like you could go up and play Gravity Rush 2, but it was shoulder to shoulder. But I got some footage which was going to go up, and I'm going to write a preview. Like I watched a good 45 minutes of people playing it. The Xbox booth was kind of a disappointment. It was like Forza. And,
they had a lot of stuff.
But it was mostly stuff that's coming out this fall.
Xbox didn't show a lot of. Xbox played their cards close to their chest.
I'm just mad that Focus Home Interactive didn't tell you anything about More Time.
Focus Home Interactive was just glad that I knew what More Time was.
I was sad that they didn't have anything for you.
FHI had a surprisingly large booth. And it was in the main hall. It was not in South Hall. It was in West Hall.
Really?
And it was a big booth.
Well, they've had two. Well, they had Battlefield Gothic, which was like their major release this year.
Of course, there were food trucks outside.
Probably
in fact,
really.
It was kind of the only thing we ate because there was no time for food.
Can we talk about the $8 French fries and like how
much to the
obscene...
chagrin of my wallet because I continued to be the one that bought food most of the time. We had like
$8
one real meal the whole time we were in LA.
$7 pizza slices. Oh my god.
$7.50 for that was at the cafeteria inside the expo hall. $7.50 for a slice of pizza.
Never buy in a cat. Never buy in the.
There's no fast food.
The problem is
around
there's just not enough time. So like I happened to know that we were gonna be fucked, so I stopped and ate a real meal like when I first got in on Saturday. I had a couple fancy hot dogs on Saturday with a friend, and then like Sunday I don't even think we ate except at the PlayStation party.
Well, it's free food. Stuff it down.
Yeah, Ray, why don't you talk about Elite Dangerous a bit? We had a whole interview with them going up. I just have to finish editing. It's actually up already. On
Pirate's probably going to be salivating about the sweet joystick.
So we can close out with that. So the highlight of the show.
Are we closing? We're not done yet.
I think so. We've been going on for an hour and a half.
I'm pretty got more to say.
I'm pretty done. I might bail it after this.
Okay. Well, you can bail whenever you want. That's
fine. So the highlight of the show for me was our appointment at the. I was actually at the Thrustmaster booth, and so they had this really sweet Elite setup with a custom Elite Dangerous demo that kind of took you through.
Come sit over here.
Gameplay-wise, it just took you through lifting off, following a target, and then doing a battle on an asteroid. But what made the demo was that it was using a Oculus CV1, which I've never used before. This is right when they have announced that they've patched the game so that the text is completely readable on the Oculus CV1. So there's no blurring, there's no, you don't have to fiddle with sharpness or anything. It's like you strap a 1080 monitor on your eyeball. It looks exactly the same. The highlight was they had this really comfortable chair, and then they had the next generation Thrustmaster Warthog HOTAS joystick, and the accelerator. I don't know what that's actually called.
It is called a.
The lever.
You're talking about
throttle.
The throttle.
The throttle, and so
the accelerator.
The throttle. So the HOTAS actually if you look at the layout of the HOTAS and then look down in VR and look at the HOTAS like that's in the game, they made sure that they were almost one-to-one. So you press a button there, and the character's model presses the same button. It was super, super immersive. So Frontier actually filmed like a pre-experience interview with me because I'm such a huge fan.
That's on their YouTube channel, actually.
Is it up now? It wasn't up last I checked.
It went up that night. It's not on the Frontier channel. It's on the channel for Elite.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna have to show my wife this. So because Elite is actually the only time I've ever seen in 3 dimensions because I have limited vision in my left eye. Elite's the only way I can do it, and through VR is the only way I can do it, and it's really picky and it only works sometimes. So they did an interview with me before them, and then they let me play it. And the thing about Elite is I super get into it. I talk to myself like I'm talking on comms, like locking on targets and activating scanners, and when I'm in trouble, I swear. So they probably had to edit me quite a bit.
Yeah,
I don't think
you swore a lot.
I really get into that game. I am really passionate about Elite.
I also died horribly.
I didn't blow up. The demo ended. Oh, you mean when I play it by myself? Also, that video is not on the Elite channel. The last video uploaded on the Elite channel was before E3. It was on the 5th.
Zen wants to know if they mentioned any feature upgrades. Yeah, I don't know. I thought they were putting it up that night, so...
That's what they said they were doing. I'm checking the Thrustmaster channel, too.
Pirate's probably jizzing his pants right now.
Did they talk about any future upgrades? The interview was mostly about, like, I wanted to come at it from not the perspective of someone who's hardcore into the game like me, even though I've never really made any real progress. I've spent 50 hours in VR in this game, and I'm still using the starter ship because I fail at this game. But I love it. I love the immersion. So we talked about what Elite is, what the design philosophy was about the game, what it meant to take that game and make it a VR game, and then we talked about the actual controller itself, and we got some gameplay tips for new pilots from the lead designer of the game. So that was a real treat, and I now want this setup in my home, even if that's not possible.
Don't fuck with the fuel rats.
I mean, I sat there and watched. Does that count?
Pirate keeps trying to get me into that game.
It's so good.
Please don't die forever.
The Thrustmaster at E3, the videos are up. So they've got day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm just trying to remember what day that we saw Elite. I think it's day 2.
Day 3.
Is it day 3? Okay, well the day 2 video is only 30 seconds.
Well, it's probably not that one.
A minute and a half. So let's see if I'm in this video. I'm just gonna skip through it without the sound on. So there's their PR person. PR person.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Brand.
There's me.
Welcome to the stream.
It's E3 in a very large nutshell.
A very large nutshell. So, I mean, does anybody have any questions about? Wow, they didn't light you very well. What do you want to know? I mean, let's do question time.
Open forum. Go. There we go. My hands are too high.
That was really loud.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
I mean, so now we'll give a minute because you obviously have to have a minute. Wow, Ray, you got like 30 seconds of time in this video.
I know.
Rock that pink hair.
I hope we're gonna go back to E3 next year. The biggest what if about E3 next year is E3 itself. If it's a fan event, it may not be worth it for us to go. It was certainly not worth it for us to attend PAX East this year. What is the point of gaming? There is real life.
Better graphics is the point of gaming.
There is no real life.
Real life has worse graphics.
I'm not so excited about PAX West. I mean, I'm not going, but
you're not excited because you're not going.
I think next year we're gonna cut out PAX East. We're gonna do GDC and E3 and do them in a bigger way.
Is the Hello Brand banned forever from the channel? Yes, he is. Goodbye.
But I'm gonna go eat my dinner.
Hello. Goodbye. Fuckface. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. Thanks very much for coming by today.
Elon Musk has confirmed there is no real life.
Go watch Game of Thrones. We'll return to our normal time after this. Hopefully, after this week, we can return to our normal time. Around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We really enjoyed E3. Ray did not because she ran away, but whatever. That's catch us on YouTube, of course.
I'm excited for TwitchCon.
Yeah, Rob is excited for TwitchCon. YouTube.com/BrokenJoysticks. Twitch.com/BrokenJoysticks, which you're watching on right now. Twitch.tv/BrokenJoysticks. And, of course, also check out us out on Twitter, twitter.com/BrokenJoysticks. And we have a Facebook group and stuff, so yeah, check out all those things. Thank you very much for coming tonight, guys. And, if you have any more questions about E3 and you want to ask us questions, tweet them out, and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, time for Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch,
Yeah.
Overwatch, Overwatch.
Bye-bye.